And then I'll just make sure that we're looking very pretty on YouTube for the thousands of people that are going to be tuning in.
Fabulous.
I just want to make sure it's streaming. I always have to mute us on. There we go. Oh, there we are. Okay, good. All right. I think we are up. Let me just make sure there's actually people in the room. Yeah, well, there's one person in the room. I'm sure once people know we're live, they'll start tuning in. What time is it there?
11:30.
Oh, it's early.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going out after this.
Oh God, no.
No, absolutely
No.
not.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, you've had quite the itinerary lately, Neil. It's I don't know. You've got almost more stamina than Madonna does. All right, there's people in the room. I don't want to keep you guys up too late. So, hey, everybody, you're listening to MLVC, the Madonna podcast, your place for all things Madonna, Louise, Veronica, Ciccone. We have Neil from Madonna Fan Party and cohort Dave. Dave, I don't know your last name. What's your last name, Dave?
Gardner. Dave Gardner.
Well, welcome to the show, Dave Gardner. Welcome both. Thank you for coming literally from the venue directly back to your hotel to talk to us about tonight. As everyone should know, or I'll tee it up for everyone, Madonna Celebration Tour has just finished the very first performance at the O2 in London. Neil and Dave had the auspicious pleasure of being there, and now they're here to talk to us about their thoughts, their very first impressions. So let's just go. What'd you think? What were your thoughts, first impressions?
You go first.
Okay. First impression is Madonna is back. There's no question about that. Mother is serving on the stage, and what an elaborate stage it is.
Totally.
But it's not quite a traditional pop concert, I have to say. It's a little more of a conceptual performance that's maybe closer aligned to something like a biopic if you pick up what I'm putting down here. So, but fabulous nonetheless.
It's big. Like, we walked into the arena at the after the VIP party, and the stage almost dwarfs the arena. I've never quite experienced it before. There's just staging everywhere. It's intricate. There's pits. There's special aisles to get into the various areas of seating. You can see all the various different stages. It's just big, So before it even started, I've done hundreds of gigs at the O2. I've never walked into a concert at the O2 and been kind of breathtaken back by the size of the staging.
It did look really large. It just looked like it was almost like too big for the space in there. I was impressed. So just so you know, I was watching along. God bless whoever had that live stream up the entire time.
We got to see it.
You got to love a live stream because it's not perfect, and half the time we were looking at the ceiling and we couldn't hear her because we were hearing the people holding the live stream singing instead. So I got to hear some really fantastic crowd vocals and occasionally would hear a Madonna. And I didn't get to see everything, which is fine because it sort of leaves stuff to the imagination. Their live stream was so far back. It was, but thank God for it. I got to hear some stuff. So I got to know the set list as it was happening. But I thank you for posting those pictures because I was like, wow, the stage is just all over the place and she's moving and constantly. So where were your seats in the venue?
We were in the Sound Factory pit today.
Nice. And so you had to stand the whole time, correct? There's no seats in there.
Loads of room.
Absolutely.
Like people could move around to the various parts of the runways where she was performing. Honestly, it was a proper VIP experience.
You need not get there at 6:30.
Oh no!
Run to the barrier. Trust me, this is space. It is just a lovely experience.
Yeah, no one's clinging onto any barriers. People are moving around. People are having a party in those pits area.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, because as you probably remember from the Golden Triangle, it was like people would get there and just cop a squat and they wouldn't move.
Completely different experience.
Yeah, completely different.
And largely because she herself is going everywhere. So you jumping onto a barrier doesn't really help you.
Mm-hmm.
So you were moving around the pit, basically.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And were there great vantage points from wherever you were, or did you feel like? Because I know some like the front row. She didn't seem to spend an awful lot of time on the front stage, or did she? And
the front stage is 9 foot high. So again, a lot of people in those Immaculate Collection seats at the front were looking up and were struggling to see the back of the stage. So FYI, for anyone that's got any seats in those front blocks, wear your big heels. Like get up. Not everyone's 6'1" like me. Get up high. I think, saying that though, any seat in the venue is going to be good, because that show is designed to be seen from a distance in many respects. She's flying around the ceiling at some point.
Oh my God. I was so were you nervous watching her do that?
Like, just hold on, woman. Hold on, woman.
Looking, I was like, okay, she's got a little seat belt attached to her, so she's safe. But if she just takes one fall, we don't need to go there.
Yeah, like Ray of Light, when she started going crazy at the end of the song, is like, hold on. No, fantastic. Bedtime Story as well. For us, we couldn't really see what was happening there, because this gigantic cube comes up. She's on the top. But again, it's just big. Like, everything was big from the opening through to the performances throughout. It's just not like nothing she's done before.
And I mean, I could sort of hear her energy, but how did her energy feel in person? Was she vibrant? Was she,
She was vibrant. She was humble. Apparently they had some technical difficulties.
I saw
turning up. We couldn't hear them, because when you're in the pit, the speakers are so loud at you. So we could obviously hear her talking. And I think actually that was quite nice that something went wrong, because she was vulnerable. She was chatting. She was just engaging with the audience, which you don't often get at the start of a Madonna tour, when she's learning the set list. And so that bit was really nice.
I agree. Yeah, it was completely, it's typically on that first night, as we all know, that's when she sticks to the script, and she was forced out of her comfort zone. And it was really nice to see her in that vulnerable moment to call out to Bob to come, and they had their little banter back and forth to fill the space.
And to be honest, we needed the break as well, because nothing really matters when it started. Like,
oh good.
Oh my, I mean, I cried.
It's like an assault.
We were all just looking at each other with like not hysterical crying, but like happy joy tears coming out of our eyes, that wow, this song, wow, how she's doing it, wow, the staging, like, and oh my God, she's here. Like, after the last 10 months, like, all like this joy, this relief. And then after nothing really matters, bang into everybody, bang into the grooves. Wow, like, what a three songs to open on. Like, crazy,
Absolutely.
wasn't it?
So do you think that there was not meant to be a space between? I don't think there was. I think after Into the Groove, she was meant to go right into Open Your Heart, but that sort of sound problem slowed it down, because it sounded like the music was about to go into Open Your Heart, and then they had to reset.
Burning Up was definitely supposed to go into Open Your Heart, and I think, and I'm sure they're lying that out. It's a different way of performing for her, not having a big live band on the stage with her. And I tell you what, I didn't miss it, because what Stuart Price has done with the arrangements of some of those songs, and we were picking things up throughout the show, and I'm sure as future shows go on, we're going to hear other little bits of where he's taken samples in. You've got original stems in the arrangements, haven't you?
Absolutely.
You could see everyone looking at each other, like, oh my God, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Okay, well, so let's talk about the set list for a little bit. There were a lot of hits packed into, what was that, 2 hours? I couldn't even tell.
Over 2 hours, wasn't it?
According to the actual paperwork, it was 2 hours and 6 minutes, but I think we got a little longer with
because of the delay, right? So the set list seemed to cover a large swath of Madonna hits. There were some glaring omissions. I mean, I didn't see or hear Express Yourself. There were just, Candy Shop, R.I.P. Candy Shop. What? Honestly, I'm kind of upset.
I'm just saying it is a greatest hit.
Seriously, I mean, she didn't have to do deep knee squats for that. I would have just loved to just work it in a little bit, Madonna. Do you think we'll get some variety as the show goes on?
I think when she started singing I Will Survive, it was purely her and acoustic guitar, and I think that section screams out for Rebel Heart, End of the Heart stage. Mix it up, maybe add a few songs in as the show beds in. Definitely,
right. That's where she was sort of doing you'd hear those random hits. It's when she paid tribute to David Bowie. It's when she did, You'll See. So you think that we might get a little bit of that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's definitely space for it. And again, the way that the songs work, in previous tours, the segments have worked where the song rolls into the song rolls into the song, whereas in this tour, there's quite a few songs that are stop start into the next one, stop start. So you could lift something out and just replace it with something completely different if you wanted to at a number of points during the show.
Right. Like maybe once she gets the rhythm down, she's
Yeah.
like, I mean, because she did that during Drown World Tour, she ended up cutting, what song was that she swapped? I think You'll See became something else.
Yeah, Gone and You'll See, she swapped around. Yeah, there's definitely opportunities to do that.
What song did she not perform that you wished she had performed? Was there one, or were you happy?
There was one song I was really hoping for, and she teased it when she did the handwritten set list early on, and that was Physical Attraction. That's the one song I would have liked to have heard. But I will say, hearing Bad Girl live,
wow,
and the way that she performed that with Mercy at the piano was like chef's kiss.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I'm really struggling because I just enjoyed the set. I think there were some omissions, kind of, if you're a kind of an immaculate hun and you want the 80s stuff, there were some omissions in terms of No Material Girl, No Express Yourself. So I'm sure that the certain segment of the fan group that's going to turn up in a wedding dress and hasn't bought anything, since Confessions, are going to be a bit disappointed. I could have done with Frozen, and I know that there were a few.
Oh right, that wasn't on there.
And there were a few fan sites that claimed to have insider knowledge that were insistent that was happening. Maybe that's going to appear later on. I don't know. Swap something in, swap something out. I could have done with Frozen, but for the rest of it, I tell you the one thing that I was a little bit sad about. Right at the end, when the Like a Virgin Michael Jackson tribute was playing, Angel started playing.
Oh,
of that,
I thought she was going to come out. I was like, here it is. And then it was
she has been spoken to by her team about Angel many times, and her view is no one will know it. So at least it's finally got into
anyone who's been in a grocery store in the last 30 years has heard Angel. Listen to your adult contemporary radio station at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You've heard Angel. Like everyone knows that song.
Yeah. That would be I think that I could have done with that there, but no, I'm not coming out of that thinking, oh, I wish I'd had. Because otherwise I'd be here for saying to have another 2 hours in the set.
It's actually, again, it's very fulfilling. There are a lot of hits in that show.
And even the interludes this time, they are detailed, they are thought through, they've been through the archives, they've got news footage out. Sometimes previous interludes, you might have looked at them and popped to the bar, gone to the bathroom. This time, she's off stage. Of course she's off stage. She's getting changed. She might be having a glass of water, having a bit of a rest. You're watching the interludes and engage with them.
Oh, that one was fantastic. The one that started out with her MTV 10. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Like it was like a short film almost.
Yeah.
I loved that Nothing Really Matters, that costume, she looked fucking fantastic. Oh my God. Like
I was trying to take photos and my hand was shaking. So
goddess, goddess. She looked amazing.
Yeah.
What did you think about the costume? I couldn't really tell the rest of the outfits and how she looked through. Did she don a short wig at some point?
Yeah. So for the Justify My Love part, there was a wig. Can I say her makeup? Flawless. Like my camera zooms well, and oh wow, yeah,
she looks great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the costumes. I think my favorite costume that she wore all night was the costume she wore in Don't Tell Me. She had this gorgeous chocolate brown bustier. She had the cowboy hat. She looked stunning. She looked amazing.
Was she having fun?
Yes. Yeah, you could tell she was a little bit pissy with the sound. Yeah, there were quite a few throughout sort the sound, as I would be,
Yeah. I mean, if somebody doesn't come up on stage here and tell me something about sound, I'm not doing a show.
But no, she was having fun. I think she was relieved. We were relieved. It was it was like the feeling was we finally got here. Like, good, we're off now. Let's go.
I think that she's got to feel relieved now that it's finally the train's left the station and it's started, and she can sort of start settling in now.
She spoke really honestly about that, and she said, I lost 5 days of my life. I didn't think I'd be here. Neither did my doctors. And no one really whooped and cheered. Everyone was kind of, oh yeah. Like only a few months ago wow. And that was a real moment, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it seemed really profound. I loved just knowing that she was back on stage. I was wondering how it was going to be, what kind of mood she was going to be in. You know, we haven't seen her perform to this scale in so long. You know, Madame X was such a different experience than this. And so I'm glad she's back in the staging looked incredible. Yeah. And amazing, and the lighting, and like, was it good, do you think, for people in the back? You know, I mean, I'm assuming yes.
I'm looking forward to, I think my first show, like the back of the floor, I think is in Copenhagen, I think, and I'm really looking forward to that, just to see the videos, because the one downside of the pit being at the front, you can't quite see how the picture frame that they're flying around in is interacting with the videos.
I see.
But you can't see the full effect of it. So one of the things Guy said to me during Rebel Heart Tour was this show is meant to be viewed from the back, looking directly on. So looking forward to that, to take it all in properly.
Nice. And I'm trying to think of what else there was that I wanted to ask you about. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it just seemed so massive and amazing, and it seemed like it was flying by. Like, I felt like it's. Can we say how surprising it was that she actually came on sort of on time?
So we saw the run sheet before we went in, and the O2 is a funny venue, right? They don't pull the plug. There's all these urban legends about curfews. They have concerts and wrestling and boxing and God knows what that goes on well past midnight there. So there was always this worry for me, like, they're not going to pull the plug on her here. They'll let her run and, you know, say give us a fine afterwards. And the security guards in there as well were joking with us about it, because they knew about her previous tardiness. And 8:44. You know, literally, and for people that are going to the show, when you start hearing the instrumental of Deeper and Deeper, followed by the instrumental of Secret Junior Vasquez, that's the time to get to your damn seat, because that's the show starting.
Good to know. Yeah. Thank you.
The 8:44 lights dropped. Wow. We were off, weren't we?
Well, so tell me, what was Bob's involvement in the show? It was very hard to sort of understand, because I don't think when he came out, the people who were live streaming didn't think the show had started, so they weren't really paying attention to what he was doing.
He came from the back of the floor, walked directly past us in the pit, which was quite fun. Did a bit of emceeing, didn't he? Warm the crowd up.
He's a crowd warmer, and he opens the show as a crowd warmer, gets everyone ready to go, and then he really does play sort of this narrator slash sort of almost like a clown, almost like the clown from the Girly Show, just kind of appears throughout the show, but instead of the Girly Show being a consistent clown, different costumes, different looks and feels.
Yeah, integrated with the show, not doing something instead of Madonna, doing something with Madonna to pull it together. There's a really fun section in Vogue, isn't there? And then she had Lola on stage today. It's Lola's birthday. We got a couple of
I couldn't tell, but I was like, I think that's Lola dancing.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, and it was great. If you're familiar with ballroom and Vogue culture, it was amazing. They did tens and tens across the board. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And obviously the twins were on stage DJing to Up Down Sweet. Like, whoever thought you'd get that in an arena?
I loved it. When I heard that, I was like, thank you for the. I loved some of the old school references that we got. Other than Nothing Really Matters and Bad Girl, was there another big highlight that you thought, oh, thank God?
So Human Nature can be controversial. She's sung Human Nature more than a number of her other large hits.
Actually, I think it now becomes it's the most performed song at any of her concerts.
God bless whoever worked that out. Yes, 4 decades of Human Nature. The staging for Human Nature and Crazy for You, where they set the damn stage on fire. Congratulations. That was
it real fire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah, it was.
Oh,
hot.
I thought it was a screen.
Oh no.
So there's legit pyrotechnics.
Legit pyrotechnics. I was like, this is going to burn my tan off. Like, this is.
It's hot.
Yeah.
It is hot.
That was fantastic. You lot don't tell me, didn't you? I'm just looking through the set list.
Don't tell me. You know, actually, the two other highlights for me just so happened to be ballads, which is surprising to me. Rain and Live to Tell were.
God, I forgot about Live to Tell.
Incredible. Live to Tell was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
And I need to see that again, because someone was carrying a red balloon down the other side of the stage, and we didn't see that. I didn't see that. Yeah, this is why I need to go. Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow night, because I'm kind of like, right, I need to see different parts of it again. Yeah, Rain, Live to Tell was amazing. The ballads do knock you for six, and have voice.
And Crazy for You. And what were some of the other songs that I literally just was flying by? Oh, well, I just loved that we got the original version of Erotica.
Oh,
which was amazing, and she looked amazing. And in person, the lasers that they've set up to be the boxing ring thing, look, it looks amazing.
Never seen that before. The amount of concerts I go to, I've never seen. Yeah, the ropes and the boxing rings are lasers. And again, the more people see videos on YouTube, I don't know if that will convey as well on video, but wow, again, whoever's been coming up with the creative staging for this, but do not go expecting a Sticky and Sweet style gig where you're going to come out a sweaty mess. It is, as Dave said, it's movie like. You're engaged in the story throughout. Yeah, very, very different for her, but works really well.
Yeah, I loved the Bedtime Story. I thought Bedtime Story, like, it was a deep cut. It wasn't something I expected her to ever perform, and I loved how she sort of turned it on its head and did something very video-esque, but like live in person.
Yeah,
right. And Mother and Father was actually, to me, another highlight, another deep cut, but just sort of that tension across two faraway stages. We had David and Madonna with their respective parents and our birth parents, and it was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, I did want to express the fact that it's like, let's all take a moment and remember how many people were spreading rumors about what the set list was going to be, and how correct were these people, because I've heard rumors of Promise to Try. I heard rumors of Get Together. I heard, like, there was a lot of things that people were promising are going to be on the show. They weren't. So let's just remember that next time people are spreading rumors, tread lightly.
People have been wanting to drive clicks. They've got their clicks now. Everyone needs to remember.
Yeah. Trying to think if there was any others.
VIP pre-party, fantastic for anyone that's paid.
Tell us, what was the VIP experience like? Do you get the promised presents? You get something, but I don't think you get the main gift, correct?
I think it's important to be honest and balanced. On Madam X tour, we had a beautiful book with the VIP package. The Rebel Heart tour, we had a beautiful book with the VIP package. Not so much this time. People that have got the VIP package, You Can Dance, Where's the Party, Iconic and Immaculate, get a small tote bag with some rucksack sleeves on, a small square cardboard printout, some stickers and a hat. It's disappointing, I would say.
But there's other gifts coming, right? Like with the Immaculate.
The only other gifts that are coming are for the Immaculate Collection package holders who had to submit their sizing for what we assume is going to be the Who's That Girl tour jacket.
I see.
So the rest of the VIP merchandise this time was not good. But let's not labor on that.
Well, so let's talk about the merch real quick. So you had the VIP, well, not VIP, but you had a pop-up experience as well as the stuff at the venue. What did you think of the merchandise in general?
It's nostalgic. So they're bringing back the designs from the past. I think there's some hits and there's a few misses. I'm being totally honest.
I saw, so there was an artist that I guess they commissioned to do those sort of like weird watercolor shaped prints on the t-shirts, which I thought it sort of looked interesting, but it's like Madonna, but not Madonna. Like if you weren't a Madonna fan, you would never know that was a Madonna t-shirt.
The artist was in the store today, and we missed them because it would have been good to have a chat with them about what was the creative inspiration behind those t-shirts. Didn't buy those, won't lie. But we got the Girly Show jacket. Blonde Ambition bomber, obviously. Size up, guys. If anyone's
size up. Oh, can I just say, everyone's been asking me since I put my Blonde Ambition tour jacket on. Just so you know, I got a large. I'm 6'2". I'm very tall. I'm very long. It's too short for me. I'm selling it to a local Philadelphian fan because a large is just too small. I want it to hang a certain way. I wanted it to feel a little oversized. It's way too small. So if you normally wear a large, at least get an extra large.
I normally wear a small medium because I like it tight. I'm 6'1", 30-inch waist for anyone that wants a sense of scale. Medium wouldn't even do up on me, and it was like a crop top. And I got a large because I like it tight, but extra large probably would have been a better idea.
Yeah, it's
a size down though for the Girly Show.
However, if the Girly Show jacket's like a 10. I got a small for that, and I'm still going to have it taken in. But that was
really,
oh god, yeah,
it's
big,
billowing.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, good to know. See, that's sort of the one thing I assume. Even though the Blonde Ambition bomber is sold out online, They
They
seem to have tons
oh,
of them at the
so
venue.
many today. Like, they were just bringing them out. There's a collection of lithographs. There's 4 lithographs, £50 available. They're only available at the London pop-up shop. They're not going to be available at any other shows. So if you're a collector and you like that kind of thing, make sure you get a set of lithographs in London, because you're not going to get those again. No other exclusives for London. Those were the only things that
Do we
had.
think that there will be more merch coming down the road that's not at London?
Yeah, they didn't have the full range that's on Madonna.com in London. So the Drown World vests, which I was desperately wanting,
Oh, right.
not there. They weren't there today. The viewfinders weren't there today. All the makeup ranges and all those kind of things were there. So it was a select range of what's available online, but there's more available online at the moment. The purple hoodie that came and went that no one's seen since, that wasn't here today either, was it?
And no tour program yet.
Yeah, no tour program.
Do we think there's one coming? There has to be, right? I mean, they do one every year.
I don't want to give a straight yes, because I didn't ask anyone.
I would
Yeah.
wager yes, but remember, Madame X, they didn't have it at opening at BAM in Brooklyn.
Oh, right. That's right. I had to go back. I think I saw it within like the first week at BAM, and they didn't have it. And then I towards the end, I think it was the last week of the run, they finally had it. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Should we talk about the end of the show?
Yes, let me just cue it up. From the looks of the audience members on the live stream, people were assuming that the show hadn't ended.
Yes. Again, keeping it real. Like a Virgin, Billie Jean was great. Everyone was waiting for this wedding cake that we have been told about on various fan sites and social media pages to pop up, come down, appear from nowhere. It didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Virgin didn't start. We went straight into a really fun short kind of cut of Gimme All Your Lovin'. Dancers all dressed up in previous Madonna costumes. Absolutely fantastic. Bitch, I'm Madonna. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that. Wasn't a hit here in the UK. And then a strange cut, abridged kind of walk through celebration with a bit of music.
And then it was over.
Yeah. The end needs work. Not I don't want to blow smoke up anyone's
Do
arse.
you think that they will workshop certain elements of the tour as they go? It's not, do you think it's locked, or do you think they'll be like, I don't think this is working?
I don't think the end can be locked. I don't think anyone can avoid the fact that, I mean, the fact that it ended and everyone was silent. There was no ending raw clapping. It was just, and there was disappointment at the end.
Wow.
It was strange. And even for us, it needs another song, or it needs something to end on the euphoric high that the 2 hours that came before it deserved.
Yeah, it did sort of seem to end abruptly, and I was like, oh, I wonder, there's gonna be here's the like reprise. It'll be like Rescue Me, and like everyone will jump out, and I was like, wait, they're turning the lights on? What's happening here? What's going on?
It was a strange ending, and they do well to go revisit. What can we do to leave people, like, we're walking back to the hotel now? It's a shame people aren't, we're not overhearing people saying, wow, that was the best show ever. People saying the ending was strange.
Yeah,
So
because like, I think that's the thing she's always sort of excelled at, is she has these amazing entrances, and then she has these amazing lead up to the end song. Like, I mean, we always go back to Confessions with that Hung Up, and it was just like 10 minutes of Hung Up, and it was like it built, and then it just finally ended. And it's weird that it didn't have that sort of crescendo,
Yeah. That for me would be my one moment of the show. And if it doesn't change, it doesn't change. I know what to expect now. I'm not going to be disappointed the second time. But that doesn't discount all of the amazing performances, visuals, songs, vocals that came in the 2 hours before it.
Absolutely.
Was this your first time seeing a first night show for either of you? Neil, I think you've been to many first night shows.
I've seen Madonna 150 times, so no.
Was this your first night of a tour that you've ever seen, though? Oh, so you've been. So you're old hats.
Yeah. Sadly. Yeah. No, this was the most special opening night though I've done, just because of the last few months.
Sure. Yeah. What did you feel that love, and how? So the one big thing that we've always been talking about since Madame X is the energy in the room. So for Madame X, the energy felt so flat. I don't know if it was just because of the way old school theaters are built, that it sort of doesn't allow for this passage of the energy that a stadium does. Was the energy back?
Yeah. Bob got the crowd. Playing a couple of her songs instrumentals into Bob starting was like a nice build, and then everyone was up on their feet like with Bob, weren't they, at the start?
Absolutely.
And then when she came out with Nothing Really Matters, I cannot express how brilliant that opening is.
It gets you very excited.
Yeah,
it gets you very
and excited and emotional.
I thought her little halo that she has was quite appropriate and cute.
Yeah, it was great opening.
Well, gentlemen, I know you're in London and it's late at night and you probably want to get some rest. But before you go, since you both have not been on the show technically before for an interview, I figured it's time for a little segment we like to call the lightning round. These answers are just meant to be quick, off the top of your head, wherever you're at in your Madonna journey right now. Don't think too hard on this. Favorite Madonna song, Neil?
Ray of Light.
Dave?
Vogue.
Favorite Madonna music video, Neil?
I'm gonna go with Open Your Heart because I always wanted to be the little boy.
Dave?
Bad Girl, because I always
Nice.
wanted to be Cat. No, I'm just kidding.
I always wanted to be what was it, the tuna can? Favorite Madonna tour, Neil?
And Water.
The Girly Show.
Favorite Madonna movie, Neil? I love Body of Evidence because we have this game that we play where we put it on mute. We know you put it on mute. Everyone takes a character, and you recreate the dialogue throughout the movie.
I love that.
Yeah, and it gets bad.
I love Who's That Girl, and I don't understand the hate about Who's That Girl.
Eyebrows.
Nikki Finn forever. Favorite Madonna look, and this can become from a video, a tour, a photo shoot. Neil?
I said Ray of Light for my single, so I'll say Something to Remember. That whole era. Oh, beautiful. Love it.
I love the whole erotica era. She looked amazing, striking.
Oh, I did want to comment real quick when I mentioned movie. There's a documentary guy following her around, apparently.
There was a guy in the pit with a massive digital SLR camera. I didn't see anyone running around with video cameras. There were big cameras at the back of the arena filming, but there were no screens. So that was interesting because I was wondering, what are these big cameras for if they're not filming? But there are parts during the show where they film her for the screens within the stage, but not at the side. Didn't see any documentary crew though.
Do we think there might be a Netflix documentary in the near future?
I mean, what a story! What a story! Like even just building up to a tour normally is something I remember that Confessions documentary where you got a proper look behind the scenes of how the show comes together. Combine that with what she's been through the last few months.
Oh, I mean, it's that would be a fantastic story.
Please.
Like
Yes, please.
I wouldn't even care that we didn't get the biopic. Like that would be more than enough.
Yes, please. Can we get the documentary and can we get the damn reissues? Thank you.
Yes. Amen. Well, everyone, that's our show for today. I'm going to let these gentlemen get some rest. Dave, Neil, thank you so much for staying up late and giving us your first impressions of the show. Tell everyone where they can find you on social.
I'm at NS Photos where the O's are zeros.
And I'm Dave in the Bay on Instagram.
Well, and also, you had a fantastic Madonna fan party. Congratulations, Neil. That looked amazing.
It was crazy. It was busy. The venue was great. We had news crews down there. It was a good way to start the week off. Yeah,
I'm sorry to have missed it. I promise I will not miss another one. But I was sending love yesterday and today. I was like, to be there. Remember, everybody, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at MLVC Podcast. If you've not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please check that subscribe button so you never miss a video. We're going to be going live nonstop during the celebration tour with lots of fine people such as these gentlemen telling us about their thoughts and experiences at the celebration tour. If you'd like to help keep this show going, drop us a tip at Venmo. We're at MLVC Podcast. I'm going to be going live again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. New York City time with another firsthand account from today's celebration tour opener. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. And otherwise, gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Until next time, everyone, enjoy your night.